What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. And in this video, I wanted to talk about some things that have just been on my mind just for the last 24 hours, and it comes to the monetization of this game, how the reserves work, and changes that are being made, and just a bunch of stuff, because I think I might be done spending money for the most part on this game, and I wanted to share some of my views and opinions on that, all right? But before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris, aka Bootman. And if you love this game, which I do love this game, but I do have some criticisms. But if you love this game as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. I'm typically talking about different decks, cards, strategies, some topics about, what's going on in the community, like this, and all that. So you don't want to miss any upcoming videos. And we have an awesome Discord server down in the description below. Make sure you come hang out with us and follow me over on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ, also linked down in the description below. I am giving away free season passes every single month, and you gotta be on, follow me on Twitter to get into that whole giveaway thing, all right? So follow me over there down in the description. So I wanted to jump into this, and here's the thing, like I try to see both sides of everything, right? I try to put myself in other people's shoes. So if I'm a free to play player, how do I feel about this whole system, right? If I am Second Dinner, the creators of this game, how do I feel about this situation, right? So you have the free to play players, they want cards to up their collection level, they want to be able to compete and everything like that. I've made videos discussing, listen, you do not need the top cards to do your thing, right? You can win without these things. I've discussed some of the psychology behind it, the FOMO, all this other kind of stuff, right? And then I also discuss, Second Dinner. And I'm like, yo, you guys need to make things a little bit cheaper. There are free to play players. Like, even if you're not making everything free, like, come on, hook it up. Let's make some stuff a little bit cheaper. I ran a poll over on Twitter, and a lot of people said like they just want cheaper bundle options, which we might be getting. I saw some kind of leak about like a Jubilee bundle that's only $5. I think stuff like that would make people happy, all right? So me, I lie somewhere in between. I'm a very frugal person, I budget, right? But over the past month, I've become a content creator for Marvel Snap. So, to do this, right, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll buy, bundles and stuff like that, test it out, show all of you, that way you can kind of make the decision. It's all good, right? If new cards come out, if I think they're worth it, I'll give them a test. But like I said, I am a frugal person, okay? This channel, like all the other creators you watch, well, most of the creators you watch who are bigger, right? They are monetized. If they have ads on their YouTube channel, money is coming in. And, so we take that money, we reinvest it into the channel by buying stuff like these bundles that come out. So that's kind of the premise of this video, okay? So yesterday, I got that Pro bundle, all right? Around that Pro bundle that I got, I was a little bit higher than what you're seeing right now, which is about 3,598, all right? So right around 3,600, I was a little bit higher. I was probably around here when I got this $100 Pro bundle, okay? 100 bucks. And I opened up a ton of reserves, just opening up all my stuff. I made a video on it yesterday. I won't go into all the details, but something's just been nagging at me all day long, all day long, all day long, all right? Because I'm thinking about all the debates, I'm watching all the YouTube videos, I'm seeing the chatter on Twitter, and like I'm looking at it, and here is me at 3,598. I got Maria Hill, okay? Full Series 4 card. Right before that, not too long before that, I actually got a Tuma. Now, I'll be fully transparent. Before that $100 bundle, I topped myself off with gold. I got $100 worth of gold, okay? So I've just been leveling, re-upping my missions, all sorts of stuff. I wanted to see what it was like because I've heard of some creators just like getting the max credits, max gold. I was like, okay, let me see what that experience is like. For the most part, not amazing, but 2 Series 4 cards in a row, okay? So let's talk. So we're talking about $200 in the last week, okay? So anyways, last card was Maria Hill. I probably started opening up the reserves from that $100 Pro bundle yesterday, right around here, right around like 36.50, okay? So as I scroll, where am I at now? I am at 4,018. I've heard other people talk about this, right? So we're talking almost 400 collector levels and not a single new card. Aside from that, and I think this is where some of my frustration comes in, Aside from that, I got like, I think one variant, nope, two variant. I got this cool Dan Hip one. We all love us some Dan Hip. And then I got my 9,000th uh pixel variant, this terrible looking kingpin. All right. That was it as far as cards go. Okay. So I'm not a picky man. Like I said, I've talked about this. You don't need certain cards and everything, but I'm like, dang, like that feels bad, man. Because what ended up happening was after I opened all of these, I think the Apocalypse one was the last one that I opened. And I had a bunch of gold left over and stuff like that because along the collection track, I got a bunch of gold, probably like six or 700 gold. I got a ton of tokens. I got about 3,000 tokens, which is about the value of a Series 4 card, right? But then I'm like, you know what? After opening all these reserves, I'm like, I'll open a Series 4 or Series 5 soon. But look at this. I've been opening a bunch of reserves since then and not a thing. I've gotten more titles, more credits, I think like 100 tokens or something like that. And it's very, very frustrating. So, what I'm getting at is like, it is hard for me to justify, even with money coming in, to invest in this game. And I'll explain why. My thing is, and I'm not accusing Second Dinner of anything malicious, but I just personally don't see myself doing this until they figure out what the heck they're doing. Okay. But I don't want to use the word manipulated, right? But I don't feel like the relationship is mutual right now, Like just there's, I heard coming into this game that there was just like, oh, Second Dinner's always just been really good with the community. They listen to the community, they listen to the community. And there was the patch that came out, and I'm like, this patch just seems a little bit rushed, very lackadaisical, right? They like added one power, reduced one power to all sorts of things. Galactus was technically a buff. That's why I thought the leaks were fake. Like I went over that whole thing, and then just with, the new season pass came out and there was nothing in there that people requested. After the huge outcry from the Silver Surfer season, they still made the infinite rank uh reward a title which like everybody complained about. And I'm starting to think, I'm like, are they actually listening? But anyways, another part of the frustration, and I'm happy for everybody out there who's getting these, but like, here are the Series 5 cards, okay? I have exactly one of these. I have one of these. It's Darkhawk, which I spent 6,000 tokens on, all right? Nothing else. My son, the other day, not Series 3 complete yet, he opened up Shuri. Obviously I've seen people in our Discord talk about they've gotten like Galactus and Thanos and all sorts of stuff. And I'm just like, man, I am dumping money into this thing. Whereas I could just be doing the free to play route or free-ish to play route and have the exact the exact same amount of luck as other people. Like it's hard for me as a frugal person, right? A person who budgets. I told you I write about personal finance and stuff. I'm like, it's hard for me to justify investing in this game when the odds of everything is just so out of whack. All right. And that's just kind of where I'm at. And I wanted to make this video, even though I'm still kind of working through it. So I'm the type of person where before making a decision, like I put a lot of thought into it, right? So I'm not gonna say I'm not putting any more money into this. Like I'm definitely gonna get the season pass no matter what. That's always gonna be a value, right? And I like to support the game. But as far as like anything on top of that, I'm debating it. And I wanted to discuss this because some of you out there might feel this way. Some of you might be wondering if you should start investing in it. And I'm at a place where I'm like, they need to figure this out. All right. Because they just made an announcement saying, hey, we want it to be a little bit better. We're kind of thinking about some stuff, but and there's been a lot of like kind of like half said things with no solid plans. And just it's hard for me to justify putting in hundreds of dollars, for like no guarantees. Like a brother can't even get some variance. Like that is crazy to me. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, what? Like, okay, I can kind of understand like, hey, we don't want everybody to have all the cards. Cool. But your boy can't even get some cosmetics after dumping like $200 into this game. Like, that is mind blowing. And the last thing I wanted to kind of like discuss and cover, and let me preface this. So, like, with the biggest emphasis ever, because I am a conspiracy theory debunker, okay? That is what I do, all right? But, but this thing has stuck in my mind. I am not saying it has anything to do with Second Dinner. I will link the video down below. It actually, I was watching Mobile Gamer 365. You can go check out his channel. He just hit Infinite and stuff. I was checking out his channel. He has a whole video on this. Not this specifically, but kind of how they've changed the token system and everything. And I'm a big person who's into psychology, behaviorism. That comes from like B.F. Skinner. Is trying to get people to do things based on, rewards and punishments, all that kind of stuff, whatever. That's a lot of what the internet's based. Social media, different algorithms, everything like that, right? I'm actually reading a book right now, 10 Reasons to Delete Your Social Media, but that's a whole other thing, but it might be while it's also top of mind. But anyways, Mobile Gamer 365, he has a whole video. He also shows a clip from like this lawyer who deals with like different technology companies. But anyways, one of the things that Mobile Gamer came across, and again, this could be 1000% conspiracy theory, whatever, because all we know is this, what we're looking at right now, is a patent. That's all we know. It is a patent. I don't know who is using it. I don't know who's bought the rights to it. I don't know who's using variations of it, but this says a system and method for varying the distribution probabilities of individual potential awards associated with probability item bundles, depending on a purchase history of a user activating a probability item bundle. So what this is talking about is loot boxes based on your spending, right? If you spend more, your chances of getting something is a certain amount. If you spend less, your chances of getting something is a certain amount. Now, like I said, go watch Mobile Gamer 365's video. They talk with a lawyer and everything. But when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, so they're gonna give more rewards to the people who are spending more. But what they were talking about in that video was the exact opposite, right? Giving out less to the people who spend more because the people who spend more will just keep spending, okay? So, like I said, that could be 1000% conspiracy theory, but it's something that's stuck into my head. And as somebody who comes with a background in like marketing, and like I said, I read a lot about psychology, the internet, algorithms and everything going on just it doesn't sit well with me, right? I'm going to have to see a lot more in the form of like, I don't know, going out to the players and everything. Like today, oh, I can't even show you on here because this isn't the mobile version, but today in your inbox, you got 50 credits, right? I'm just like this is not coming back to us in the proportion, right? Like I've only been into this game 2.5 months now. I know a lot of other people have been in it since the beta and everything. But the other thing I want to end on is this. Part of my decisions and my opinions on this is because I am a recovering addict as well, right? I have to be very mindful of what I get into, what I get hooked on and everything like that. When my dopamine is firing in certain ways, I live in Las Vegas, so like I'm very familiar with like gambling, and I know like people are just like kind of clicking and opening these things. And like as I was going through spending that 12,500 tokens or credits yesterday, I was like, man, I could see people like getting hooked on this. Like, oh man, is this next one? Is this next one gonna be, a new card? Is this next one gonna be a new card? And like when I see those kind of behaviors and I see the rarity of anything of value like really coming out, you know what I mean? And plus all the things I've already listed in this video, all of the feedback, all of the common complaints that everybody has, and these things aren't changing, like I'm just like, nah, man, like I can't justify it. You know what I mean? The only good thing that comes out of this is the tokens. Like I said, since yesterday, I've jumped up about 3,000 tokens. I'm close to 6,000. The next card I want to get is Shadow King. And then after that, I'm just back to square one again. And I'm like, totally cool with that. And, I've preached to you guys from the hilltops that you don't need all the best cards. But again, even though I'm a content creator, like it's hard. I can't like I'm here to support the company Second Dinner, but overly supporting them when I don't feel like they are listening to these things, and they're just kind of like, it's almost like politicians, right? They're kind of like, oh yeah, yeah, we hear you and we care about these things, but we're not really seeing anything happen, you know? I love this game. I love a lot of what they're doing, but I do think a lot of us do need to be a little bit more vocal about these things. Although they say they have some things in the works, we'll see. Again, it's just hard for me, even as a content creator, to do this. But again, I have income coming in from this, which I will reinvest in the channel in other ways, which may come in the form of giveaways and things like that. Like maybe I'll expand how many winners get the season pass. But like I said, this has just been on my mind every single day. Like I think like I would shut up and be happier if these things just gave a few more variants, right? Maybe there's something behind the scenes that we don't know about, like they got to pay the artists and stuff. That's why they're so rare. I don't know. But we would need transparency. Like I just read the Q&A with Ben Brode and others over on Marvel Snap Zone, and I got some answers from that for like different things. And I was like, okay, cool. Like transparency is just awesome to me, right? But it's like, let me see, what you guys are considering, the reasons behind some of this, which they can be transparent about, and I'll calm down. But like right now, like putting that much money in and getting a bunch of like titles and avatars, I'm just like, nah, man, it'll just be the season pass for me. And I hope they listen, because I'm a small channel, but bigger channels are talking about this and stuff like that. These are the influencers. These are the people who are getting people into the game. So, like I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I really, really had to talk about that. So if you have thoughts on it, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you're in a similar boat as me. But like I said, like seeing all the people who don't put any or barely any money into this getting better things out of these dumb little reserves than I am, I'm like, I don't know, can't justify it. So anyways, that's all I got for the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and yeah, join our Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, because like I said, if I'm not dumping money into this, I'm gonna dump some more of it into all of you. All right, so follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. Link down in the description below, and go check out Mobile Gamers. And like, I'll end with this. Like, just remember that whole patent thing could be a conspiracy theory, nothing to do with second dinner. It's just something that's stuck in my head because I'm an obsessive freak. All right. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.